Hello, welcome to, what is it, day 5. I was just experimenting with something that I had found recently. The Werewolf skill function as a Storm skill and Werebear skills function as Earth skills. This needs to be changed to casting Werewolf skills. When I first got this, I thought that these abilities would actually trigger from me using Storm or Earth skills. That is not the case. You actually have to use those abilities and it will trigger the equivalent Storm and Earth that is linked to it. So what I mean by that is that, like, I personally think that, like, they need to reword it. That needs to be casting Werewolf skills. They need to reword it because it's stupid. So for instance, if I was to spam Hurricane with that on the gear, it would never trigger Trample. I tested this, it never triggered it. I had it active, it never used Trample. So the way that the keystone works is that it triggers other abilities that are classed as Storm and Earth. So at the top center you'll see it says Wrath, Werebear and Shapeshifting. It has to say Storm or Earth in that collection for you to be able to get it to trigger from the passive. So what this means is that if you use Trample with this passive, the Werewolf skills function as Storm skills. What this means is that this, when you use it, will look for other skills that have the words Storm or Earth in its title. What this basically now means is that they do function as those, you know, other counterparts. It didn't work as I would like to have. I really would have liked it to be the other way around. Me casting Storm abilities casts Trample. But one of the things that I found from using it is that I don't have to have Boulder at all now. And I can now spam Trample. There's a couple of issues with this. These do not get the cooldown reduction from Nature's Fury key passives, triggers a free skill. Your non-ultimate cooldowns of the opposite type are reduced. There are no opposite types. This isn't a type. This isn't a Storm. This isn't an Earth. So me using this, though it can trigger the effect, it's not getting the reduction in the return from the, you know what I mean, the spam. This affects the cooldowns, like it really does. However, the Blood Howl is still pretty good as a substitute, and I've been looking for a 6th ability for a while, and now that I can spam Trample will now spam Hurricane. So I not only am casting Hurricane, but I'm also triggering Hurricane. Whereas before I would have to use Boulder to trigger Hurricane, and obviously Boulder is probably the worst ability in the game. So what I've done is I've put points into Clarity. Trample will trigger that Spirit generation as well as the Blood Hell. I don't need the extra 20 Spirit from it. You can also get that with Trample. Generates 20 Spirit. You don't need to do that. You've got enough generation of Spirit as is, plus you've got the passive generation as well. They have lengthy cooldowns, so I need to now start including a lot of cooldown reduction in the build if I continue to use this. So this whole video is me just testing this. So this was at the end of this dungeon, but I'm going to go into other dungeons and test it. I don't know if it is actually worth my time to actually use the key passive, because it doesn't feel like it's going to be rewarding, but we'll see. Trample can now be used as a move skill, however. So if I'm ever in a dungeon in a situation where I need to get closer to something, I can. Again, another annoying thing about Trample is that it does knockback. I don't know why they are so determined to have all Druid abilities do some form of knockback. It's a little frustrating, to say the least. because it goes against the actual feeling of the ability. Like it's annoying to put into words. Let's put it that way. To have so much knockback on a character that can't utilize it properly, you know. But either way. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing allies' health bars. I can't see their health bars. Did I turn that off in the options or something? It feels like I'm doing less damage. It also feels like I'm getting less triggers. I don't know. Am I getting less triggers? I have no idea. The Bloodhowl... The Bloodhowl does get natural cooldown from kills, so at least that's got that going for it. But yeah, I can use Trample now as a means of actually, you know, moving around. I still don't think it's actually worth it just for that, but still. I'm kind of disappointed that the passive doesn't work the other way around, because I really wish that it should go the other way around. Like I would have rather seen my abilities trigger the werewolf and werebear forms, as opposed to me needing to use them on the hotbar. I honestly don't think that Blizzard have done much testing with Druid at all. Most of the Druid moveset just feels so lackluster. Like, it genuinely does feel really lackluster. And I'm still so annoyed the fact that I just cannot use Boulder. I want to use it. But it's almost as if I'm punishing myself for using it. But the thing is, people need to know that. People need to understand that, like, there's certain things on Druid that should you be using. This feels okay to be using Bloodhowl and the Werebear form. I mean, it doesn't feel too bad. It's an alternate measure of playing. Like, that's one thing that I do like about Nature's Fury so far, is that there is a lot of build diversity in what you can and cannot do. There does seem to be a lot of diversity. I'm just completely against the knockback effect. I think the knockback is too strong, too annoying, too frustrating. Oh yeah, I am not getting my spams. I'm doing much less damage. I am doing much less damage. Oh, that is annoyingly low damage. That is frustratingly low damage. Right. Huh. Actually, do I need to do that? Can I just do this? Isn't there a vendor right next to the entrance to this instance? That is disappointing. That damage is horrendously bad. Okay, there's no vendors in this. I thought it was a town. Apparently not. Alright. I'm going to go through another instance first, obviously, as a comparator, but against a single target, not getting the the triggers
The forge is ready.
felt really bad. No, why are seats everywhere? Where's the fucking vendor? There he is. I'm just gonna do this because
I'll shake on that.
don't need any of this. Just put these down there for now. Okay, let's go back. Let's go to a different dungeon. So there is one potential usage for it. Spamming pulverize. I've got to try it. I've got to try it, haven't I? So this will never be summoned. We'll go with that. So this will now be summoning this. I've got to try it. Right? What else can I change? I'm going to be honest and say that I think that trample feels terrible as an ability to use. Attack speed is going to be really important. How do I get around to that thing? Let's just go to this one, I guess. I guess we'll test this. I mean, that's the whole function, right? Is this going to be any better? I doubt it. But, you know, whatever. There is an add-on for Pulverize as well. You're going to have to do more in-game testing for this, but I'm just testing out this passive. This Werewolf skills function thing. So we should now still be seeing tornadoes come out. Yeah. I've not seen a single tornado come out yet. Not seen a single tornado. Where the fuck are all my tornadoes? What the hell? It's not triggering tornadoes. Is this just a buggy pile of mess? This usage for it. Ah. It's classed as an earth skill, so I'm not getting the cooldown reduction of Earth and Bulwark. So Earth and Bulwark spam is now worse. I'm not actually spamming Earth and Bulwark because I'm now using an Earth skill and not a Storm skill. So it's not triggering Tornado, and it's made Earth and Bulwark worse. Well, guess what? I can't see me using this as a test bed measure. I'm learning a lot about it, and I can tell you that it feels terrible. It just does feel terrible. I didn't even see a single tornado with the pulverized spam. That's bad. It means it's either not triggering it, or the luck factor is so horrendously low for some reason. Actually, no. The spam is worse because this isn't a storm skill, technically, it's not triggering the cooldown reduction of Earthen Bulwark. This is also not doing any sort of reset triggers because it's not classed as an Earth skill. I'm pretty sure that my damage and defenses are actually worse when using this. This needs to be changed. This needs to be the other way around. That whenever I use a Storm or Earth skills, it can trigger the Werewolf or Werebear forms. This needs to be the other way around. This is actually useless the way that it is. Specifically because it doesn't work with this passive. It doesn't work with this passive. And I think that's the major issue with it. Is that Nature's Fury works because of this. The reduction makes a huge difference to having Nature's Fury just work natively. And I genuinely think that that passive is horrendously bad. No, I don't want that. I don't think it's worth it. I'm gonna be honest and say that right now. I don't think that is worth it. Which also means that I'm not going to be shapeshifting, which means that the points there are also useless. Let's go with that. Got 4 points. Where did I even put my points? Go there. Uh-oh. I don't know where I put my points. Where did I put my points? What did I put my points into? Oh, right, yeah. Close range crit. Okay, there we go. So this is just 10 times better. So I have to get rid of that, the Werewolf Werebear form passive, like, immediately. Because, yeah. Not getting the cooldown reduction is, I would consider to be horrendous. Just that and that alone. Yeah, I think Blizzard need to adjust quite a few things when it comes to Nature's Fury key passive. The reason why that triggered twice, by the way, in case you're curious, is that I have the second point into this. Critical strikes have up to 20% chance to reset the cooldown of your companion skills, so Ravens potentially becomes a spammable AoE. I've been looking into like the 6th slot ability, like what should I use for it, and yeah, I don't want to use poison because that means I have to put poison on my gear. The Raven thing is not poison, it's just active physical damage, so anything that increases physical damage will increase the damage of Ravens, so yeah. I don't think it's worth it. You'll have to let me know in the comments if your particular build has it on it, and let me know if like it actually does feel good. But for me, from that experiment, from that testing, it actually does feel horrendously bad as a passive to have. I can't see the benefit of using it at all. Like, if it was the other way around, like I said, if it was the other way around, I would be using it. Because I could justify the spirit gen. I could justify, you know, transforming into something else and using other abilities. because obviously Trample would trigger instead of Boulder. Which would be really cool, because it lowers the effect of Boulder being annoying. That's the whole reason why I wanted it, by the way. I was looking into other uses for, you know, the Keystone passive, and I looked into it like, ooh, what if I could trigger Trample for free? That would be really cool. And I'm just completely let down by this. It didn't do what I thought it would do. The wording is terrible. They need to add the word casting for a start. They need to literally put the word casting, werewolf or werebear forms into the description so it's less confusing. And in all fairness, they should also put in brackets or something next to it. They do not become Earth or Storm abilities, so that it's black and white with what it actually does, right? Because it didn't do anything that I thought it would do. They don't become Earth skills, they don't become Storm skills, and you have to cast them. It goes completely opposite to what I thought it did. That to me is horrendous. That to me is horrendous. A little annoying, but still. But now you know. Should I get it on my Nature's Fury builds? If you was going to ask that as a question, well, that answers it. No. It's terrible. That Raven spam feels good, though. It actually does feel good. Ravens is pretty good. It's a good, literal companion. Complements the build. Like I said, the reason why it complements is because most of my abilities do physical damage. Physical, physical, physical. So if I get any form of physical damage increase, it will also make the Raven better. Yeah, I'm liking Ravens. Feels good. I just put 2 down right there. What? What am I supposed to be doing? Just kill stuff? Oh, survive. Oh, I see. I have to summon. I don't seem to be summoning anyone. How do you summon them? Oh, in the ritual circle. Ha ha ha! Good luck with that, with all the pushback abilities. I have to do it within the circle. I summoned 1. Oh, the knockback of Druid. I really want to use Boulder. I really do. As an ability for Nature's Fury. I really seriously want to use it. Please, Blizzard, fix it so it doesn't have horrendous knockback. Also fix this. Why does enemies hitting me cancel the fucking interaction? It's a little dumb. An enemy sneezed on me. I better stop what I'm doing. Scourge of the Land. Isn't this the very first boss of the game? Look at my damage. Miles better than what it was with the Nature's Fury thing with the Werewolf and Werebear forms. Conclusion! It's shit. Stay away from it. Oh my god. That's actually frustrated me more than anything. I was so looking forward to using that. My god. I've got another one, by the way, look at that, that's pretty cool. Probably that. I'll put the earth skill slow on it. Yeah. Either way, that is horrendously disappointing. Like I said, if it was the other way around, I would be using it without question. Because it's a pretty good measure of generating, especially with this, the clarity, it's a pretty good measure of fixing any potential spirit issue generations that a lot of people have when it comes to playing Druid, apparently. But if it only functioned the other way around, like if I was to cast Cyclone Armor, then Cyclone Armor would trigger Debilitating Roar. If it was only that way around, it would actually have more usage. In its current state, that is fucking useless. Stay away from it. I've been Mac. Good night, God bless. Bye.